Half Fnatic starting on the defense, LDLC on the offense, and LDLC out the gate running, getting into upper dark, but it doesn't look like it's going to be super aggro from any team here.
Fnatic's willing to take the fight. It's JW up on short, and he walks right into that bullet from Shoxy, so that's a pretty good start for the LDLC team. Now we've got Pronax waiting on the other side, and he was taking a fight in the middle, but he might have more than he bargained for a little bit in just a second here, because if they're all coming with Glocks around this corner, there's no way you can stop them. He's got a little bit of backup on Flusher, who's behind him, but they are going to run out of bullets way before LDLC do, unless they hit straight headshots. And look at the French team. They're trying to time themselves. They're just pacing themselves right here. Still got more than a minute left, and they've got the grenades on Smiths. If they do want to go for a B split, they can smoke off that CT spawn, they can flash their way through, and then life becomes even worse for Pronax and Flusher. A little bit of action over on long as well, but it looks like they are still just setting up. When is it going to happen? We're just waiting for that one catalyst, and there it is. Flusher with an opening headshot, taking down Kiyoshima, and now the bomb is in there. The push is dropped. They have to get in here and reclaim that bomb. This is not the way that LDLC were planning to play this round. Actually, a huge detriment to them. Flusher in the middle, trying to get it down, but Pronax goes down, and LDLC, they win the round in the space of 3 seconds. What's going on, Semlo? That was so fast.
That was so fast. In the blink of an eye, Fnatic, they looked like they were able to bring it back to a 4-on-4. You're thinking, okay, things are shaping up pretty well here for the Swedes, and then just like that, LDLC, it was almost like they were just waiting for the second countdown to 30, and then we just kill them all, and it was done. There wasn't anything there for Fnatic at that point.
I mean, he didn't hit that shot. It looked like he was so fast then, Smith. He is definitely a factor that we need to consider on Dust 2 anyway. Once he gets that AWP, he's shown himself to be quite a beast. I'm surprised LDLC won that round. They dropped the bomb on the wrong side of the doors, and the whole game was up, and then Fnatic still couldn't stop them. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that should have been basically a Fnatic situation there, especially with the bomb on the other side of the doors. That forces LDLC into uncomfortable positions. But when LDLC have their crosshairs all on your heads already, it gets pretty rough pretty fast. And now LDLC really liking the patience from them as well, making Fnatic sweat. They've got the entry again, and they aren't trying to rush in and potentially give Fnatic an opportunity to even things up. No, they're taking their time to see if Fnatic are going to get antsy again and try and push elsewhere. So this is just LDLC slowing down the pace. They want to control the pace of the match at this point. It's early on the first map. This first map could determine a lot here in this best of 3, so they want to keep control.
They're going to walk into the middle with this, a bit of a crossfire, but it is only pistols, so it's going to be tough again for Fnatic to hold this middle area right here. I think he heard the people scoping. I think Flusher heard the scope going there, so he's going to flash his way in. Great flashbang, but he doesn't get any kills yet. He's going to go down. It's Olofmeister just trying to play at the edge of the smoke, and he's going to get shot as well. Crims with a really good pickoff there on MBK, and somehow we've ended up in a 2-on-2 with JW controlling the bomb in the middle, and he's stolen the rifle. This is a great situation right now for Fnatic, and it's going to be hard again for LDLC to bring it back as JW is going to take down Happy, leaving Smith alone. 1-on-2, he drops, and JW, the man that we started off by introducing here, a triple kill for him.
And for a moment there, I was wondering if Fnatic weren't going to lose control just because of the pistols, just because they didn't necessarily have all the firepower. Flusher, for example, in that scenario with the CZ would have murdered the entire LDLC team. But somehow, Fnatic is all down to JW with the push, getting a rifle to work with. Everything went Fnatic's way in that scenario there. LDLC, they are right back on their heels, and that's not how things were supposed to go. Now Fnatic are the ones with rifles, and LDLC are forcing up. So this is an uncomfortable position for the Frenchmen now. They've got a half-buy going into this.
But actually, this particular scenario keeps unfolding itself when these exact two teams play. I can't even count the number of times when we've had continuous force-ups on either side, and it seems to be every time somebody forces, they win, and then the other team forces, and it keeps going, and the team that eventually wins 2 consecutive rounds is actually just the team that wins the map. That's been such a well-known pattern between these two opponents. So we'll see if it's going to be a similar story today, or if Fnatic is just going to put an end to it really early on here. Of course, if they defeat LDLC in this round, they are going to be off to a very good start.
Fnatic really playing quite passively as well. Crim's already getting tagged, but Flusher playing this fairly safe. Gonna get the peek, spots him out, but he does take some damage. Realizes somebody is close, and they are all so low on Fnatic right now. Crim's instantly taken out. Long range shot there from the CZ, and Flusher gets dropped on. Here we go, LDLC into the B site with all 5 members alive.
The pattern continues. That's exactly how it's been almost every other time. I don't know why, but obviously it is a bit of a testament to the fact that these two teams really are a great rivalry in the game here. They're just so even when it comes to these early rounds. And in the past, it's been Fnatic who's come out after a while, but this time they need to hold on to these rifles here. Olofmeister is low, and he's just got the CZ, trying to make a bit of a fight out of this one. But it's going to be tough, and he runs right into Happy, who's up there picking him up. So LDLC will find a second round. Fnatic saved 2 rifles, and again, if we're going to follow the same pattern that I outlined, that means Fnatic are just going to force up whatever they can here on the rest, even if it's just pistol armor, and then go for it.
Now let's see if that holds true, and they do have 2 rifles going into this here. Clock is ticking down. Fnatic yet to make a decision as far as what they want to buy, and they are spreading it out. This is it. They're not giving up, and it's a game of chicken. Who's going to break first? Who's going to turn away
It's
and
so
actually
good.
give the lane up?
Yeah, they're not going to try and, they're not bending here, Fnatic. But you know what they say, the tree that doesn't bend breaks, and that's true for either team right here. That's going to be the one thing that we're looking for. 4th round coming up now, and LDLC, at least momentarily, are back on tracks. Winning the pistol round, losing the follow-up round, then winning a force-up, and now we'll see if they can continue on this path. They do have the better weaponry. They also have a lot more grenades to work with, which is good news, and they're making their way up short, which might be a problem for JW. He's got the AK. Normally, you'd want to see him with an AWP here. Spots out one player. And LDLC haven't committed to this yet. They can still fall back. They're just getting a lot of intel.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to spot out. Now they know that one of those rifles is here on this A site. This may influence their decision-making from here on out, seeing as how Smith is carrying that bomb, and he has yet to really commit. But they are past that 50-second mark now, so LDLC, they're getting up to that point where they have to make a call. They have to make a decision as to where they want to take this bomb. And slow movement into Upper Dark makes you think that this is going to be another B split here out of the team.
It looks like it. Oh, where are they going to drop the bomb? Yeah, so they're going to take the bomb upper, and it's just Kyoshima making noise in middle. Going to be hard for Fnatic to hold. Crim's here, 12 bullets, not going to be quite enough to kill all the 4 members coming in. In fact, he's going to kill nobody at all. Flusher has to basically step out of the bomb site and just let the bomb go down. He has no choice to try and cover it. And Kyoshima smartly falls back in the middle and doesn't try and challenge. He's going to get the kill on Olofmeister, who's trying to rotate in, and now they should definitely save these 3 rifles. But it's not going to be possible. Pronax goes down, Flusher's next in line, and now it's all on JW, and they're even going to hunt him. He's going to walk right into NBK, and that's an easy kill. LDLC coming out on top. Big, no rifles saved. And that's the breaking point we keep talking about. Now, Fnatic definitely have to eco. They don't have a choice anymore.
Now, this is it. They've reached that point exactly. And this, at this point, Fnatic, they should be hanging back. They just should be just saving up money. And let's see if they actually decide to go for the double off play. Get Olofmeister, get JW with those scoped rifles, and try to lock down LDLC that way, because that is a very powerful strategy that Fnatic have at their disposal with such snipers on their team. LDLC, however, for them, they're just going to continue business as usual. No AWP for them. They're going to be mobile, fast with the rifles, but full gear as well. So this should be a very easy round here for LDLC to pick up.
Yeah, when you see the LDLC standard spread coming out, covering, obviously we see Happy at the long position, 2 people in middle and 2 people in dark. So very good stuff. Just making sure Fnatic aren't going to creep up behind them anywhere. And if they can find a kill like Happy just did, that's even better.
Fnatic not really wanting to give anything away apart from the original dance there from Olofmeister. They are basically running time off this clock, refusing to let LDLC dictate too much the pace, but it looks like LDLC are about to sneak their way out onto the B site unannounced. No nades there to lead the way, so very nice shot from MBK to clear things up, and the bomb is going to make its way in. I love this. The Molotov there to block off the flank as well. LDLC are thinking about everything right now. They've got the gear. They can't afford to throw it around to make their job easier.
Oh, Pronax trying to guess through. He's so close, and finally they're going to be able to take down Happy, which is good news. Stealing an AK and saving it is definitely a bit of a victory here for Fnatic, considering where they started off. And they just need the money. Still very early in the half, so it's way too soon to call who's actually going to be winning this first half right here. Kyoshima trying to see if he could find Flusher. Flusher has to do a good job. If he can steal another AK, that would be big. He's getting that damage in, and he's going to come out on top. Still going to be tricky actually saving this AK, because MBK is kind of close, and Flusher might not realize.
Flusher might be getting caught off here. This is actually a bit of an awkward position for him. Oh, Smith with a long distance shot from CT spawn to T spawn. Gets the job done, and now it is just Pronax holding onto the AK. A single flash picked up as well, and he should be able to live through this. Not quite sure if MBK is going to be able to make it here in time. He's trying to cover the ground, and he gets the kill. Last second, no rifle saved for Fnatic.
No way. That looked like that was way past time. That looked like the round extended itself by 1 second just so he can actually do that. That's really creepy. But now JW goes for the AWP without actually having any armor. There's the full glass cannon mode going in here. No grenades or anything. That's how much they value it. And there isn't one on LDLC anyway. So maybe this is the correct call to make.
needs to have a high impact here, basically. This is where Fnatic needs to basically shut down LDLC, stop the progress here of the Frenchmen, because they cannot allow them to get too comfortable in this match. If LDLC start to lose, or basically start to lose control in a good way, right? Just start to speed away with this match, it's going to be very difficult for Fnatic to arrest that momentum. So this is where it's at right now. LDLC looking like they want to go ahead and poke towards long.
LDLC leaving a tiny weakness by not covering up attack here. Obviously, we can tell Fnatic aren't going aggressive, but if Fnatic choose to do that later on, might be a weakness to look out for in the French early setup here. Grenade rains in and does some damage to Shock, so it's a pretty good start in terms of just softening up the incoming terrorist team. Now it's going to be out on long. Olofmeister here. This is a tough position to hold with 20 bullets in the M4A1 because backup is miles away and it's Pronax up there, not JW who can help snipe. So this is going to be really rough. He spots a couple of people, flashes out once, but they are all coming for Olofmeister here. They jump down and they're going to get an even trade. Pronax going to pick up Happy, and that's a very important kill. Pronax goes down though, and now it's on to Flusher. Can somebody flash him in? No, he's just jumping. He wants to kill that guy, probably down the bomb, but it's not going to happen. Now it's on to JW and Crims, a retake, being a man down, and with JW also all the way down in CT spawn, and they're not going to go for it. They just don't feel confident doing it.
At this point, Fnatic, question of confidence. I mean, JW, he has no Kevlar, so if he misses a shot, he's basically dead, and Crims doesn't have any gear to use either. So 2-on-3 could be possible if they could get a frag instantly, right, and bring it to a 2-on-2 very quickly. But LDLC, they've got the plant that they want. They've already backed off. They had control of the site. It was going to be a very tough thing. So Fnatic really just trying to hold on to the AWP to have a bigger impact in the next round to come, because holding on to these two guns, maybe they can drop Famasis for their teammates and actually get another buy out of this.
I mean, a lack of grenades did so much that round to stop Fnatic from... I mean, if they'd had 1 HE, they would have been able to prevent the bomb plant in the first place very easily. If they had had a couple of flashbangs, they could have flashed Flusher in on long, so he could have had a bigger impact, and none of that happened. I think that was just really well executed from LDLC, taking over long when it was absolutely the weakest. JW nowhere nearby, Pronax getting killed up in the bomb site as well. It's a really solid round from the French team. Now we'll see if they can continue to train on here. JW has the AWP. We haven't seen him use it to such a huge effect yet, but we know it could definitely happen at any moment. He can switch on that complete madness level that he sometimes reaches. Mid-air, Pronax going to get caught, and his body just falling down. It's almost like a warning. It's psychological warfare here, and JW is impacted by it. He has to run back. Can't stand to see his teammates treated in that way. Crims and JW again just saving for the next round, but not for long on Crims. Now they should be putting everything on taking this rifle away from JW.
Essentially, they know exactly where he is at this point, but a 6-shot there onto Smiths, and he does get the tank through the door there, I think, with that AWP lengthwise. But he's down to HP, 18 HP right now, and there's already a man waiting in this side. NDK right around the corner. There shouldn't be much hope here for JW. LDLC can afford to lose rifles. He certainly cannot, and there we go. LDLC once again managed to get the cleanup that they were looking for. What's more important here, however, is that LDLC at the very beginning of this map now have 6 rounds on the board T side. This is excellent work from them because their CT side is stellar as well. Fnatic need to get every single round they possibly can here. They need to get the remainder of the rounds in this half, pretty much.
There is that double-up setup you were talking about earlier, Semler. That's the answer that Fnatic have right now for the Frenchman. And Smiths, he's going to come out on top against JW. This is a map where Smiths has a really uncanny ability. He takes down Olofmeister as well. Looking so good right now for LDLC. This is a complete reversal. I mean, LDLC are good on Dust too. We kind of know that, but Fnatic definitely should be able to put up more of a fight than they are right now.
I feel like that's a point that we actually missed out on. The fact that, yes, Smiths is on LDLC, and when it comes to Dust 2, he can take on the very best in the world when it comes to opping. So this is definitely Smiths putting on a bit of a display here, and if he's starting to get fired up, Fnatic are definitely in trouble.
Yeah, but normally we even mostly see him do it on the CT side, and then on the terror side it's not always necessary that he does it, but seems to be working quite well for them. Pronax, nice underhand flash in to take down Happy, and he's going to pick up a rifle right there. Flusher's over on long, has stolen that AWP, and he's going to go for the quick peek. He spots one, can't get the shot in. He's going to get one more chance to do it, but he misses that shot as well, and now they're getting closer step by step. Flusher goes down, and it's Pronax and Crims left. Retake the A-bomb site, 2-on-4 could definitely be done, but they need an early entry frag, and they need to move quick, and it's not happening. NVK, he kills that Dream almost immediately, and Crims is going to have to fall back and just find another day. And look at NVK, he's hunting, and he's going to get the kill as well. This is LDLC really waking up and showing up today.
Yeah, this is what I was wondering about. This is what we always wondered if LDLC were capable, because they certainly have the talent. It's always been this mental game that has just held them back when it came to Fnatic. Fnatic were always able to just eke out the win or outright just beat them down. Now LDLC all of a sudden, I'm glad that you mentioned USWC and how it went over there, because they're looking to get revenge now. It's the other way around. And this story is definitely going to pan out here, as LDLC are now sitting on 7 rounds and have forced Fnatic to an eco. So it's looking like it's going to be 8 here in just a moment, unless Fnatic can put these pistols to use. Crims is in a good position here with his CZ. Peekaboo, but he's only going to do damage, not get the frag.
JW goes down as well. Not looking too good for LDLC right now. Actually losing a lot of members and very low on health as well. Flusher lands the headshot there on MPK. Can't get the follow-up kill on Shox, who was very low already on 15 health. But this is still not too bad for Fnatic. They don't have a kit, surely, but they are actually very close to the bomb site. They have time to get in here and defuse. They just need to coordinate this well. Pronax has the one smoke. That's actually going to help him get out of Upper Dark. It's very, very cool to have a smoke in that position. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to try and throw that down to not get shot from the back plateau, where Smith is holding with the AWP. Smith's missing one shot. Pronax, there's the smoke out to help. Shox is now alone, hiding inside the bomb site. 15 health, and it's not going to be a contest. Olofmeister takes him down for the smoke double kill. And Fnatic finally get a second round on the board.
And that was just a pleasure to watch. That round, the teamwork between Pronax and Olofmeister in that scenario. Pronax baiting from Upper Dark, knowing that Smith, he has that AWP. He's going to be back plateau, but he baits him out just far enough for Olofmeister to find the angle from window. That was a big, well, a lot was riding on essentially Olofmeister landing the shots, taking advantage of the opportunity that Pronax created for him. So Fnatic, that was a crucial round for them. Winning an eco is huge, because now we can see they actually have a bit of money on their side as well, on 2 players at least. So AWPs can be bought again in the future here.
Smiths, last time he won the battle, this time he misses the shot, and no one's going to try and challenge him. They learned their lesson the first time around. If Fnatic can win 2 rounds in a row and make it 4-7, then they essentially get a free round, because then LDLC will actually have to eco, and then they can all of a sudden be at 5 rounds. So this isn't as bad as it seems. It does look like Fnatic is really far behind, but it can change pretty quickly. But they really need to step it up now, because if they start losing here, then LDLC is going to just steamroll this first map. Exactly. That's the other side of the coin here for the French and Swedish team.
Well, it has been the tendency of Dust 2 to be a bit of a momentum map. If you start picking up rounds early, it's very tough to stop you. I'm glad to see NBK. I mean, he's the one guy who will actually have a bit of variety in his guns. Variety, rather. You know, picking up a sawed-off shotgun. But it's going to be Crims here. 1v1, actually. Or 1-4-1. Traded short. That's good info there, but it's not going to be quite enough to stop the LDLC train. Kyoshima with the refrag is very important here for LDLC to maintain the momentum. And it looks like they are going to be going up towards Cat. There is a man holding at the angle, but that's only Flusha. Oh, no, it is Olofmeister. There we have it. So he's got that AWP to block off Cat towards that A site.
This is the heavy artillery, and he's got Pronax down on long as well with a couple of flashbangs, so they might be able to buy some time. There's a good smoke going down in CT, but look at the bomb, it's going back. They're not, this is a fake. Are they going to actually jump down in CT spawn? JW gets that kill, but he goes down and drops the bomb, and that's a lot of information here. Flusher with a good kill on Kyoshima, and now Happy. Is he going to go for it? They kind of put up the smoke themselves, so that actually makes it hard for them to take care of Flusher. Now it's a 2-on-2, but there's 15 seconds. They have to move really swiftly right now. MBK comes through with a good headshot on Flusher. He goes for the next one. Pronax takes him down. Now Pronax just has to hide. He just has to run, and he'll win this round, and Happy knows it. He's gunning for him. 3, 2, and this is not going to work. Pronax stays safe, and Happy can't do anything about it. That was very close. 7 health made a difference.
That was masterful by Pronax. The timing there. NBK, brave play from him, but 7 HP makes a difference this time around. And one thing, though, is that he is able to hold on to the AWP for LDLC, so they are going to have another sniper rifle. NBK can hold on to a bit more of that bank, or it's not going to take that huge of a hit. But now look at what LDLC have got in store for us here. Double op play from them. Happy and Smith both scoped up, but both of them missing the shot.
That's the first round, and importantly, LDLC never got the bomb plant that round, which is really, really good when you're on the Fnatic side. They just need to win one more, and they'll be good to go. Shox receiving a lot of damage in the middle. He's down to 16 health, and Pronax is up on short, just hoping that someone is going to show their face for that AK angle.
They've really left a lot of room here for Fnatic to move around. I mean, nobody is watching their backs towards long. This is definitely a high-pressure situation here from LDLC. It looks like they just want to get up in Fnatic's face, and that has worked marvelously. They get another frag. Happy with the wallbang on Olofmeister. Takes him off the map. And now a 2-man advantage going into the remainder of this round is huge for LDLC. They still have a lot of gear to work with as well. Smokes, flashes, the whole shebang. So life is about to get very difficult here for Fnatic.
If Crims can stay alive inside this bomb site, and just by a little bit of time, and he actually got his 2 teammates down the middle here, this is really good for Fnatic. They're making a smart choice right now, but Crims goes down. Happy will find the kill. It's a double for him, and now JW is going to have to show us some truly magic opening here, and he's going to miss the first shot. Happy's down there waiting, and Happy will just take him out. He's not even going to get a second strike. Flusher in the middle. It's a good headshot on MBK, but it's definitely not going to be enough. Retaking 1-on-3 up here, not unless they make big mistakes. And he can't even really go back and find an AWP to save. So solid round from LDLC. And it's really only Pronax that could buy anything in the upcoming round. So it's going to be another eco for Fnatic here. They just don't have the money.
That reset, you know, not winning enough rounds in a row to get a buffer going on your CT side. I mean, we can see the impact that that's about to have, seeing as how they're going to have to go for that eco. And they most certainly will now. Flusha dropping that gun out in the middle of nowhere, not really getting too much done with it. So this is a bit of a problem now for Fnatic. As we can see, their money isn't looking too hot. It's a kind of all over the place. What they need to do basically is they're going to have to go for another round of eco here, which is a bit awkward. It's going to leave them pretty much towards the end here with 9-6 if everything goes Fnatic's way in the rest of this half. And that's cutting it close these days, where we expect CTs to start picking up more rounds on Dust too. 6 is definitely not that huge number that you're looking for on your CT half. And Happy starting off strong, takes out JW with a very nice flick at long.
It really feels like the mid control is something that LDLC have been very good at getting. Almost every single time they manage to take control of middle, either by just shooting on the from the T side into the middle, or they just get in there and throw the right flashbangs and the right smokes and just take it over. So that's going to be really tough. Olofmeister does get a good kill on an MBK, but that's just going to secure them an AK. Definitely not the round. Happy missing one shot there. You got to be a little bit careful. CZ is out as well, and he's going to go down to Flusher. So AWP saved. Some good stuff happening here for Fnatic, and they do need it.
This is very important for Fnatic. This is huge for them, actually. If they can get away with an AWP and an AK, that is the double op play right there for Fnatic. If they want, they'll have the money for one op to buy it, but if they can hold on to this one here, they can go for Olofmeister and JW, for example. Have the double scope to play with in the 13th round. This is actually a really big play from Fnatic. So LDLC, they're actually opting not even to go hunting these rifles. They're just going to make sure that Fnatic can't come in and, well, go for a ninja, right?
Sort of trying to think what they could do on the Fnatic side. And actually, I'd be kind of excited to see them pick up an auto sniper and just try and hold B with that, and then put more emphasis on the mid control. To have a really passive auto sniper playing in B, and then really lock down the middle of the map. But they had the money for it on Pronax, but I don't think they're going to go for it. They're just going to be satisfied with that one AWP that they managed to save, and that's pretty much it. They will make the buy up here, and it's 9-3 currently. Moving into the 13th round. Looks like Fnatic want to get JW boost. No, he's not going to be the one boosted up. Could have been a choice. They boost 2 people up on short instead. And then it's going to be JW holding all the way back here. So double grenade down. Is it going to be the touchdown? 1, 2, and good damage being dealt out to Kiyoshima and Shox. But it could have been much worse.
It could have been much worse. I thought that they were gone for sure, Kiyoshima at least. But this time around, the nades go LDLC's way. They only take a little bit of damage to the face. I was actually expecting Fnatic to really go for that double AWP play, so I'm a little shocked by that, them not actually trying to make that work. But I am glad to see them going back to the cat aggression. They haven't done it too much since the beginning, where it didn't really pan out for them. So Fnatic really trying to shift up the plays to keep LDLC guessing when it gets into the end of the half, when this is just so very important for them. Now the remaining 3 rounds have to go Fnatic's way.
Flusha's holding a little bit further back in the middle than he was previously, but it doesn't seem like LDLC have set their minds to going mid. Looks like they want to go A, splitting it short and long. Great shot from Olofmeister. Goes for a second one. He's got back up. That's some excellent headshots there. Shox and Happy are destroyed up on short. And now the rest of LDLC really have a tough task on their hands, especially because they're going to run into the ultimate sentry up here. It's JW. He's going to miss the first shot, goes for the re-peek, and actually misses that one too, and finally connects 3rd time. That's a lot of misses for him, considering the form he's usually on, but he gets it on Smiths, and he's going to go aggressive more than he needed to. But that's his style. That's just how he plays. Kiyoshima gets struck, and they will save the AWP anyway, so they are going to be just fine.
Yeah, at that point, JW, that's when his style actually is all right to go for it. If he misses the 2, it's all right. It's not the end of the world, because he will be able to save that off. So even if he dies, the big thing is he loses $1,000. His gun is still there. But that was a great round there for Fnatic. Now we can see they've got 4 on the board. LDLC still have, well, they actually don't have that much money. So this is a huge round now for Fnatic to have that 6 rounds to close the half. LDLC would be forced into an awkward bye if they lose this round. So this is everything now for Fnatic to have a decent end to this first half. They're taking their time with it. Nothing crazy this time. Holding back on short. Just setting up the actually the crossfire towards mid right now instead.
Perhaps LDLC I'd go for mid control because that's what they've been so good at and that's what they do. But Olofmeister just before the smoke pops, LDLC 1 second too fast, but Flusher does go down. Now over at the bomb site, Crims has to do a hell of a lot here. He gets only the 1 kill, then goes down. Leg shot on Smith through the smoke in the middle. It's going to leave them in a 3-on-3 with a big health advantage here on Fnatic, but they still need to get in and retake that bomb site. Look at where Happy is. He's in the middle of all of this. He turns around and gets that kill on Pronax, and that's such a big swing in the favor of LDLC all of a sudden. With the bomb down, the 2-on-3 retake, this grenade, it could be a touchdown all the way in the back. Goodbye, Smiths, and it's going to be down to Kiyoshima and Happy now. Fnatic, they want to retake this. Happy with a great flash in, but KW's going to hit that headshot. Now it's down to Kiyoshima, hiding in the corner. They jump down, he gets the 1, but not the follow-up. Olofmeister with the triple, and there is enough time here for the defuse. So Fnatic just barely making it at the end, and it will be 5-9. That bomb plant, though, actually securing LDLC a way to buy in the last round. At least 3 of them can buy, and even shots could really drop for somebody, so they're going to have a halfway reasonable buy. Without that bomb plant, this would have almost certainly secured Fnatic a 6th round.
It would have not have, exactly. It would have definitely been touch and go there for LDLC at the end. I'm really impressed with how Fnatic went about that. Despite Kiyoshima getting the point-blank flick headshot onto JW, that was awkward. Had a bit of a moment's hesitation there, but Fnatic still winning when it counts, and this is now going to be the last round of this first half. Fnatic are not done yet. They do decide to just go for the double nade into lower dark, and Kiyoshima getting tagged down to 21, so bit of a rough start here for the Frenchman. Fnatic putting him on notice fast. Very cool play here actually coming out from LDLC, though, clearing up short with Molotovs and nades. They really want to push Fnatic back and make sure that nothing wonky can happen here.
I mean, starting in the 9th round, the score here was 7-1 in favor of LDLC. That was a thing at one point. Now it's 9-5. Fnatic have done a pretty good job getting themselves back into this game. Although LDLC, I think, is still going to be excited even to get 9 rounds in the first time. I think that's a really good result from them. Obviously, 10 is the goal. There we see the classic smoke that's going to end up at CT spawn for the B split push coming out. Crims is going to have to perform well here. Good flashbang out. He peeks behind it. He does a lot of damage, but can't find a kill. Flusher has to do what he couldn't do, and he gets the 1 kill in. Flusher actually with a double kill at the end there, taking down Happy. And there's a bit flick there from Shox, just turns 180 to drop Pronax, and then he escapes into lower dark. Olofmeister charging on through, not going to be aware that Shox was down there, and that's now a double kill here for the Frenchman, leaving JW, and there's no chance to save. It's the 15th round.
Yeah, he has to go in and work his magic, essentially. Flashes in to lead the way, but there are 3 members for LDLC holding this site. They've got the Triangle of Doom. It is set up, and JW is running out of time. He's got a kit to work with, but it is not going to be good enough here. As soon as he rounds the corner, Shox is waiting, and there's the headshot to end the first half, and LDLC save it from the brink. 10 rounds on the board. T-side for LDLC is fantastic. Fnatic, they cannot be pleased with this performance so far in this first half.
No, I don't think they are. I think this is a bit of a blow to them. In the past, like we said, that early way that these rounds play out, where one team wins the pistol, the other team forces up anyway, and they just keep forcing. That kind of thing Fnatic have come out of so many times, and this time LDLC were actually the team to step it up, win 2 consecutive rounds. They got off to a 6-round streak after having won the pistol. They lost the following up round, then they had 6 rounds in a row that they won, and that obviously helped them a hell of a lot. If Fnatic had got around in somewhere in the middle of all of this, that would have been a very different first half for them. And towards the end, Fnatic just, I mean, if the pattern that happens at the end here had continued in the beginning of the half, it would have been fine for Fnatic.
It would have been much closer. We could be looking at 8-7, for example, and then it's anybody's game. But now Fnatic, they are coming in from behind. They have to actually land this pistol pretty much right from the start. There are no options here. They can't afford to give LDLC any kind of leeway, because LDLC on the CT side, I mean, we touched on it at the beginning when we saw Smith actually land some shots on his T side, but his CT side is when he really gets to shine. So Smith is going to play a big part here for LDLC, and if they were to pick up the pistol, he gets that op faster, and then life gets difficult for Fnatic.
I'm excited to see if the Fnatic team is going to show us something. They are a team that sometimes try for like really, really crazy things. We sort of saw LDLC halfway go for a jump out of catwalk into CT spawn, but they had already smoked it off, and I think that was more like an improvised thing. They ended up having to do that because of where the bomb got dropped and everything else. They had to go down and pick it up, and that was just how it happened. But Fnatic actually will legitimately sometimes try and do exactly that, where you do smoke off and pretend you're going to go for an A push, then all of a sudden you're out the middle, you jump off catwalk, you're in CT spawn, and there's only one guy holding, and it's very confusing. It's a very hard strat to actually pull off because it has so many different junctions in which everything has to go right, and obviously the more layers you you add in an elaborate, in a really elaborate strat, it's going to be more and more complicated. One of them falls apart, the whole strat kind of dies. So it's a big risk, but I mean, I hope Fnatic is going to show something really fun here.
Yeah, exactly right. But guys, this is going to be it. The first map of this best of 3, and Fnatic, everything on the line here in this pistol. We have to see what they can do on their T side, and it's looking very similar so far to what LDLC actually gave us here in their T round, except that Shox, he's going to push into Upper Dark, and he's going to walk into 3 members of Fnatic, plus an Oldmeister pick up the frags, and the B side is now wide open.
Excellent play. That was something that Fnatic were just waiting for. MBK down there, gonna run out of bullets, and they're gonna come and hunt him down. JW with a good kill. Happy charging in, but he does not have enough bullets. He almost got stabbed in the face then, and it's gonna be down to Smiths here. 1 on 4. No chance to retake this unless Fnatic make grave and almost criminally bad errors here. It's not gonna happen.
He's not interested. And there we have it. That was the perfect start. And that is, I mean, it's a gamble from LDLC. If it's only 1 member there, it could very well be. Actually, very often you will see teams run into Upper Dark with the bomb with 3 guys, but then 2 guys in the bomb will go Lower Dark, and they leave 1 lagging behind to hold Upper. So LDLC, by putting 2 guys up there, even if they get that 1-for-1 trade, it's still, LDLC, they get the info and they move on from there. This was just Fnatic prepared, ready. If there was a push, they were going to annihilate it and take the site, and it worked perfectly. Fnatic get the start they needed in the second half, and now going into it, they've got the guns, and it's LDLC who are the ones forcing up with the buy.
Yeah, and they're just running up the middle. They might be able to catch someone right here. It's going to be Olofmeister taking a lot of damage. He still lands a headshot on MBK and is alive. And I have no idea how. That should have been almost a free kill then. LDLC actually could have got out a lot better here. The scout not really doing any damage. Olofmeister somehow on 1 health and just trying to stay alive up there. Flusher coming to help out. He's going to take down Happy. And Olofmeister's not that scared. He's still halfway sticking around.
Yeah, he's actually having a pretty good time here. Olofmeister holding these angles. It's going to be JW on Cat to take out Smiths, who is caught out in mid. Bit of an antsy play there, but oh, this is good here. Kyoshima actually managing to shut down Pronax right at the mid doors. He's going to go out for more, but he misses the shot. Draws a perfect outline, and Shoxy gets caught on long. Fnatic keep their cool, and there will be no game of chicken this time. Fnatic locking down that second round pretty much ensures that LDLC will be on an eco here.
So, just a theory craft a tiny bit. If Olofmeister goes down, they pick up that AK. They had Kiyoshima, I think it was, or they had the player with the scout up on short. Then all of a sudden, the remaining Fnatic members are actually boxed in between long and short with 1 AK, 1 scout, and the whole situation is very, very different. So the fact that Olofmeister stays alive actually becomes a pretty important deal there. Scout attempt here from JW, and he's actually going to get shot in the face long distance there. Just missing a couple of them, and Kiyoshima's going to take him down. They got to be careful. Kyoshima is close with that P250 cartel.
He's holding that angle right now. Nades are going to sail in, but Fnatic not committing. They know how dangerous that pistol can be. This is definitely looking like it's going to be LDLC just wrapping around. They have a tremendous amount of information right now as well. MBK actually backing out. He was all the way up in T-spawn, and he's backing into long. At this point, they realize that Fnatic can be backing away from that B site. So they're setting up the defense, once again, getting prepared to receive Fnatic wherever they decide to push. And I love this movement from LDLC as well. Now that it's been quiet on the B site, they're pushing into Upper Dark to confirm that Fnatic are not there. They've got the defense set up here on long, and MBK, they nearly line up for him. Way too close. He still takes 2, and now it's a 1-on-2. Flusha already damaged and not on the site yet.
He's got the smoke to cover the crossover, but Shox up on the high ground here is going to be able to kind of look halfway over it anyway. This is going to be a really, really tight clutch for Flusha, but this is his area of expertise. This is where he is so good. With 25 seconds, he can really save Fnatic right now, and they do need it. LDLC will be celebrating if they can win this round. There's that shot from Kiyoshima. The smoke wasn't covering all the way, and Flusha goes down 11-7 now, as Fnatic end up losing that anti-eco.
And that is a real shock right there, especially considering you're going into the 19th round now. This is supposed to be the round where you have to be on point because LDLC are going to have guns. Well, guess what? LDLC will still wreck you even with pistols, and that's a really scary thing for Fnatic. Now Fnatic, although they had the money to go for a double-op play on their T side, and this is very interesting. Fast aggression there at the mid doors, but they're not going to be able to tag anybody up quite yet. Instead, it's going to be a sneak play here from Fnatic. They're trying to get out here fast without any nades to announce their presence. NBK, he hears the steps though. And he has to realize he calls for the flash from his teammate, but he doesn't really get too much out of it quite yet. He could get overwhelmed so quickly here.
Oh, but they're coming in, they're flashing their way through. Great work from LDLC. MBK down here, picks up 2, has the pistol out, goes for their shot. Crims is gone. NBK steals the AK, and finally they managed to take him down. And that's going to be now a 2-on-2 situation after everything is said and done. What a crazy amount of action down there. Now it's up to Olofmeister with AWP. Shocks on the other side. They got plenty of time here for Fnatic to try and make a way through.
Make a play if they like. That was a real bloodbath there, surprisingly enough. But MBK single-handedly bringing it back for his team. And now, how do things actually shape up here? Smith's in lower dark. He's looking, but Shoxy's going to get picked up by Pronax off of the A site. And that can open the avenue here. Olofmeister still holding it mid. He's looking for that rotation, and he catches Smith peeking. Good night, Fnatic. They put LDLC to sleep.
So the answer was simply stand your position and wait for the LDLC team to get impatient, come and look for you, and that's it, you're going to be fine. But obviously MBK, the man of this round here, those 3 kills making such a big difference. That's 11-8 now. As Fnatic are trying to claw their way back, and they've forced LDLC to eco, so something is definitely working here in the second half for the Fnatic team.
They are. I mean, this is a game of mental fortitude at this point. Who is going to crack? And Fnatic right now are showing that they are willing to bend in the end. LDLC are the ones going for a bit of a tower at mid, hoping to catch somebody off guard, but the nades sail in and do 0 damage.
How?
I'm wondering.
Oh, good pickup from Hiroshima, but there's going to be pretty swiftly returned. And now they could, all of them, get up on short, and they'll be just fine if they do that. It's only one person holding A with a pistol. I think it is the CSET 75 unhappy, but it's still not going to be good enough, I think, to take care of everyone that's coming in here. Flusher falling back with the rest of the team, and I love the fact that Fnatic are staying as one unit here, not leaving anyone behind who could get picked off. That's definitely the wrong approach. MBK is coming up, so now they're kind of boxed in, but they're going to soldier on anyway. Shox being down here on the ramp, and clock is ticking down, so Fnatic want to make a move. Happy on the corner, and he doesn't get the kill home. Very tough position for him. Shox is going to fall next. Crims picking up a good triple. And it's all up on MBK here, 1-on-3.
1-on-3 once again, and AWP is here on Pronax. He's going to be holding towards Cat, but MBK making a wise decision at this point, deciding to back off, hold on to the gun that he has. This is just an exit play strat here for LDLC. I mean, they're just looking to see if he can't catch anybody getting greedy, but Fnatic are the ones who are going to be backing off now at this point, just holding on to the guns and making sure that there can be no shenanigans here from MBK. Wise move. Wise move from Fnatic. They don't need to be spending the money either. Both of these teams right now are low on money. They need to keep the rifles alive.
So a bit of a shame that it's just a Galil that MBK manages to save, but it's better than nothing at this point. And LDLC, they might be able to force it up actually if they really wanted to. I think it's going to be a couple of FAMASs, but it won't be the end of the world. And Fnatic is creeping dangerously close, so the thing is, if they force up now, they're not going to have the AWP on Smith that we were raving about earlier, and obviously, that's such a big resource. So I actually think going for biting the bullet here and saving one more round is a good idea.
This could set it up, basically. They could go for the double op as well with Happy, and we saw how effective he was on Dirty's side. There are options here for LDLC, and it looks like they don't want to force things, and this is a good sign as well. No need to put pressure on yourself by going for risky plays. Just set it up and go for what you know works. So we'll see how that handles here versus Fnatic, who once again are staying grouped up. They aren't aware of the situation yet with LDLC as to whether they have guns or not, so they don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Staying close together means that it's tougher for LDLC to actually pick up a gun if they get a kill. But Shoxy peeks out on short and manages to spot some movement. Decides to back up fairly quickly here, and the defense is going to consolidate.
It's a bit of a shame is the fact that Happy actually has a flashbang, so he could have flashed Shox in to make that peek. And I think that was the initial plan. I'm not sure what made them change their mind. Maybe there was a call in the middle from Hiroshima or something like that that we don't know about. That would have been a really nice strat with the CSET 75. Great shot from Shox. That's almost mind-bending. Takes down Pronax, and he's going to receive a little bit of grenade damage in return. He's still got 10 bullets left. Goes for a follow-up. And now backup is surely coming here. Fnatic, they need to get in, but Shox drops the bomb. Gets a little bit of time to reload. Is he going to go for a third one? Certainly trying. Flush showing his face, but it's not going to be enough here. Hiroshima gets a pick off. Smith now coming in with the P250 in hand. It's a 2-on-3. And Fnatic letting this round slip out of their fingers, and it really shouldn't at this point. Flusher going huge and picking up 4 kills. He needs one more for the ace, and Happy's going to be so close. One jump here could seal the deal. The CSET 75, it works for that too. And Flusher's trying to hide in the corner. I think Happy knows. He must realize exactly where he is, and Happy, he's not going to catch Flusher running away. No kit to pick up. He's going to fake it once. And Flusher still over there. Happy decides to peek up and he gets him mid-air. Happy picks up the double kill, has enough time for the defuse as well. And that is a big wasted round for Fnatic.
I'm flabbergasted. LDLC, they go to pistols and they do manage to once again. I mean, both of these teams are clearly showing that they can win no matter the circumstances. Pistols, rifles, doesn't matter. They throw rocks at you and they still get rounds. This is huge from LDLC. This put them right back in the driver's seat for this match because Fnatic's money is now all over the place. They're the ones who are struggling and who are actually going to go for a bit of a buy, but this is just to even up the funds. And that has also got to be a big shock for Fnatic, basically. You walk in and you just cannot handle Shoxy, who went huge that round getting those 2 kills. You cannot allow yourself in this position to be giving up rounds to pistols. You have to lock down those rifle rounds.
Shox there with a quick flick to take down JW, and then MBK with a follow-up on Flusher. This round, it's just all about the bomb plant. They bought the grenades, they bought the smoke hit just to get the bomb down. Shox trying to guess the angle through, but the bomb will go down, and that's all that Fnatic wanted. They're going to be satisfied with the outcome here. Taking down Happy is a small bonus, but the bomb plant's all they wanted. They're going to get it as well, which will make it 13-9 now. LDLC increasing the lead here that they have. And it is, I mean, on the LDL side, it's looking good. They have 3 players that are almost tied for the top frag here. It's 21 kills on MBK, it's 20 on Kyoshima, it's 19 on Happy. So they're really staying close at the top of the scoreboard here, which is really nice. It's not relying on one person to do the job here. Exactly,
that's what we need to see here. And as far as the top teams are concerned, what we've seen today, everybody who's made it through has actually had very consistent performance across the board. So now, let's see what Fnatic have in store for us here. JW just enough to get that AWP and a Kevlar as well, no helmet. So he will be facing this eyes wide open. That shot, he potentially could have nailed it there. And MBK, the timing just doesn't work out.
Oh, wow. That's so close. Now he's waiting for Shox and he's going to take him down. I was about to ask the question, is the one AWP from JW going to be enough to deal with Smiths and Shox on this CT side? That's a bit of a tall order, but he comes up with the first kill. And now if they walk into this bomb site, though, Smiths is all the way in the background, and we've been hyping him up. JW, he guesses the angle. Oh, wow, what timing to take down Happy. He keeps shooting a little bit more, just hoping for a third one. But that's going to be good enough already. And now LDLC leave the B bomb site before they really know what's happening. They're 2 men down. They need to do something here, and that's going to be a good return kill on Olofmeister. Smiths making it work. Right now, it's the Orcs making the difference for both teams.
And that is a crucial kill. I mean, now the chances get slimmer. LDLC, they were going for a gamble, just rotating men over to the A site. If Fnatic were going to come crashing in there, the defense could be adequate to hold them at bay. But that meant leaving the B site open. And now Fnatic, they managed to sneak Crims out. He does get the information, and they get the bomb plant. It's going to come down to whether Kyoshima and NBK now can try and put the pressure on early, but it doesn't look like it. They're just content to back up with the guns. I mean, this is a great find, though. He manages to pick up an AWP, so this is actually really good for LDLC.
If they save both of them, that's a huge win for them, considering the situation they're in right here. MBK going to cover the middle and gets a good shot in on Flusher there. So they're obviously going to lose a round, but saving 2 Orcs, they have plenty of money to rebuy on the remaining 3 members. That's not going to be an issue. The only one who can't afford to buy is Happy, but they have a bank of 8,000 on Shox before the round even finishes, so they're going to have the heat drop for him, and that's going to be no issue at all. 9-13, and we're going into the 24th round. I mean, Thorin did warn us at the beginning of this that this is a matchup that has the potential to go to all 3 maps and be really close on all 3 maps. It's kind of what we're seeing right here, which is obviously great news.
Exactly, it's everything we could have hoped for here. That was just excellent from JW, hitting those timings. I mean, it's just a bit of a wink, bit of a nudge, and he gets the job done there for Fnatic. So they get another round on the board. They're battling their way back in here, but LDLC have a very healthy buy going into this round. This is a very even round considering the gear. And JW this time around will not hit the timing correctly and not get that shot at long. Question is now, do Fnatic once again try and push in quick, go for a turn of speed? And that's what I'm wondering about, if they're going to just try and catch LDLC off guard.
Look at LDLC, they're actually pushing aggressively. Olofmeister's here and waiting for it. Smiths is slowly inching his way forward. Olofmeister spraying down, this is dangerous, and Smith pulls out the pistol. He doesn't even care about the AWP, takes him down. Shox with the follow-up kill to drop down Pronax, and now LDLC, they won that 14th round, and they might even get it here. It's JW and Crims left trying to get onto the bomb site, and JW goes down. Shox taking a random shot through the box. Crims all alone, grenades on out, and has to fall away. Almost got that kill as he jumped. Happy almost jumped into that explosion, and Crims, he's going to get found right here. He's got 11 health, and Kyoshima will finish the job. And now Fnatic really do not have the money. So either they force up, which almost would be ridiculous, or they wait and they somehow try and fight for overtime by winning 5 rounds in a row. This is a tough call to make.
This is very tough, exactly. I mean, Pronax right now, he's going to be conferring with Delwag. I mean, they're going to be going over their options, but do they commit or do they back off? And it looks like Fnatic are actually going to be banking for that overtime. They're looking to take 5 rounds in a row after this one, unless they can get the damage done here. P250's picked up across the board nearly, apart from Pronax, and some nades as well. And it's going to be the full YOLO rush straight out onto B site, and here it is. Can they actually hold, though? Kyoshima in a good position to cut them in half.
Oh, but it's flashed for a second there as Pronax will take him down now. It's a 2-on-4 at the moment. Still not looking good for Fnatic, and Happy just charges in. I think he's about to finish this round. He actually does go down somehow. Pronax stays alive, but it won't win them. And it doesn't matter to LDLC losing players any longer. They're not going to be too concerned about that. They do have a lot of money on their side. It's 15-10. It's a map point right now for the French LDLC. And here we see it finally. 2 AWPs, 1 auto sniper, and 2 M4s. LDLC bringing out the heavy artillery to make sure they can really close this game.
Just to crush. I mean, they haven't used it yet, so when you're on map point, this could be what changes it all here. They're going to go leaping across as well, covering that passage with the smoke, a forward smoke as well to keep Fnatic guessing. This is fun play here from LDLC. They really want to keep Fnatic on their toes, keep them from getting comfortable. This is all about momentum now for Fnatic. They need to pick up this round and just continue to run with it, but judging by how this second half has gone, it's a monstrous task they have ahead of them.
It is, but it can definitely be done. And they can force the eco on LDLC. They don't have that much money either. Shocks is going to be taking down Pronax early on, and Smith could just fall back and play defensively, and in fact he will. And it's a smart choice. They have the lead. Now they don't need to fight. Now they just need to play this safe and draw out the time until Fnatic eventually have to make a push for it. And where is that push going to be happening? You've got JW hiding over at long, and then the rest are down in middle here, so they could go either way. Right now I feel like maybe an A push wouldn't be such a bad idea for them, because they have 1 smoke for middle, and actually JW is coming into the middle. If he's going to smoke off CT4, and that's a clear indication, and that feels like it's going to be the final call for Fnatic.
It looks like it. I mean, if they can get a split done properly here, the only problem is that LDLC have taken a 2-1-2 approach, so Happy's going to be able to rotate very quickly and be right on the edge of that smoke. So as Fnatic come through, this kill is going to be crucial, but it looks like Holofmeister just barely stays alive. Kyoshima, in the meantime, he's got the Scar 20. Surprise, surprise, gets 2, makes it 3, and this is it. It's about to be lights out for Fnatic. There isn't a whole lot of hope for Holofmeister with 1 HP. Shoxy will hunt them down, and LDLC will pick up the crucial first map of this best-of-3.
Excellent play from the French team here. Kyoshima top fragging at 26, and we did highlight that probably Shoxy's going to be the man really stepping up here at the end. He actually finishes almost bottom of the scoreboard at 17, and Smith's at 13, but all across the board, they did really well in this matchup. But it's exciting to see Kyoshima step it up to such a level. On the other team, I don't know. I mean, it was pretty even across the board. Fnatic, no one really hit terribly underperforming. But I think at the end, the last round here, it was actually Olofmeister trying to open instead of JW.